I'm searching out the rarest cars in America, on the back roads, hiding in barns, untold secrets of pure muscle and steel just waiting to be discovered. Gold on wheels. Oh my gosh. My name is John Hames, and it's my journey to find them.
Yeah, hello, gorgeous. Look at that.
I am the American Car Prospector. The American Car Prospector is on the prowl.
The American Car Prospector John Hames is in pursuit of a Lincoln Continental Garage Queen, which is in dire need of rescue.
I heard about a really good car in a warehouse. It was a 1962 Lincoln suicide door convertible.
John is on the phone with a prospective buyer and is about to meet the seller of this triple black Lincoln.
I gotta jump. This is my guy. I'm gonna call you back after I have a look at it, okay? Thanks. Hey, Dan. Appreciate you meeting me down here to have a look at your Lincoln.
Glad to have you.
It's behind this door right here.
Have a look.
As you described it. A lot of other stuff in here, huh?
Yeah, business.
Wow, you know, that looks just like the car from Entourage, Dan.
Well, actually, the original owner I got it from, that was part of the story. This is one of the 6 that were used in the filming.
Well, that's amazing. You just owned it a couple years?
Right, enough to drive it around and enjoy it on a occasional basis, but you can see it's kind of blocked in here. I don't get out with it much. It's black. What could happen?
Maybe it's time to have a new owner?
Well, you've got the gas card for it.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, let's take a look at it. So this is a 62.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, these cars have some pretty well-publicized problems with the convertible top and the electric windows. I imagine you've done some work on those?
Power everything, and yeah, it's an effort.
Yeah, you got to kind of maintain those and keep them up.
I mean, just dirt in the switches is enough to drive you nuts.
Right, right. I mean, this thing is so big that it needs its own zip code. The roof is up and the windows are up, which tells me one thing right away, that they work. Because if they don't work, the windows are down and the top is down on those cars. They're very difficult to fix, the hydraulics and electric switching on the roof, and the windows on those cars are problematic. I mean, you're just gonna work on them all the time if you own one.
Ta-da.
Okay, now I know that's not a 460. Which motor is that?
430.
That's the 430.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like an earlier version of the big block motor?
Yeah.
And I notice it doesn't have a battery in it at the moment, but it looks like it's all there and it runs and drives, huh?
Oh yeah, drop the battery in and you can go cruising.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure we'll bring it out of here under its own power. Maybe we could take a look at the interior.
Let's.
Okay, fantastic. Suicide door Lincoln convertibles are one of the most iconic cars of all time. If you're in the Ford Museum in Dearborn, you can see the X100, which started life exactly as this car did, as a suicide door convertible. The Secret Service then built it into an armored car, which was the car that John F. Kennedy was slain in Dallas in 1963. So this 62 that I found is the sister ship of the X100. Okay, well this car has the famous suicide doors, and why don't you take that one and I'll take this one. Nice, look at that interior. You gotta love it, you know.
I do.
This has, what do they call that? The
pillarless, and you can just go right through from one side to the other.
Right, it's got the pillarless windows. This is so cool, I love this car.
Pillars are the vertical or near vertical supports of an automobile's side window area. When the pillars are non-existent in a vehicle, the doors are referred to as pillarless or suicide doors.
Now you say it will start when we go to pull it out of here?
Absolutely.
I believe it. It looks like it's had an electric fuel pump added. I always like that when there's a separate switch for that on the dash. And this car is one that I'd put on it. Is that the automatic headlight dimmer up there?
Yep. Yep, electric eye.
The coolest thing is that little black thing sitting right up on top of the dash. That's actually the electric eye, so that the headlights will dim when another car comes. The electric eye determines that and lowers the high beams to the low beam. You don't see that anymore, or if you do, it's on a 2015 or a 2014 car, not on a 1962 car. It's showing 97, or I'm sorry, is that 87? I can't quite tell. But under 100,000, do you think that's original?
Yeah, it's been restored, but it's an original mileage.
An original car, huh? Wow, it's in fantastic shape. You gotta love it. You know, this was the days when they actually put ashtrays into cars.
All 4 doors.
Yeah, everybody had their own. Okay, well, it looks like it's all here. It looks like it's pretty much ready to go on the road.
It is.
It's got good brake pedal. Yeah, I love it. Is this car for sale?
Absolutely.
It looks like Dan is optimistic about getting this beautiful triple black 62 Continental out of the garage and into the hands of the American Car Prospector. Will John and Dan be able to negotiate a reasonable sale price?
I mean, if I want to put it on Craigslist and just stand around pointing at it and talking about it, I could have already done that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're standing here because of your reputation here.
Okay.
The American Car Prospector is attempting to rescue this 1962 Lincoln Continental. So far, the 62 seems to be in exquisite condition, and John is ready to see what kind of money Dan had in mind for the purchase price. John is taking somewhat of a risk here, seeing how the Lincoln is missing the battery and a test drive is out of the question.
This is a really cool car. Let's talk turkey on this, Dan. What do you say?
Why not?
All right. When they painted this car, they spent a lot of money. So it was complete. All it really needed probably was a battery and some fresh gas. And the guy was motivated to sell it. So what were you thinking for sale price on this old Lincoln?
30.
30. You know, the values have held up pretty well on these. Not as well as some, but pretty well. Obviously, the fuel mileage is an issue. Convertible top and windows, I can't demonstrate those, so I'm going to have to assume that there's probably a little additional work.
No, they're good.
They're good?
Yep.
All right, and there's no battery in it. I mean, I know you're saying that we'll drive it out of here, and I believe you.
Yep.
But I was really thinking more like maybe 16.
Keep thinking.
Okay, how about 17?
Now, 3 black, black, black.
Triple black, and it does have nice paint, I'll give you that.
Well, not just the paint, the body too. It's black on a slab-sided car like this. Look at it. Look at it end to end. Sight down the side of the car.
No, I got you.
Roll it out in the sunlight, and you'll say, "Would you take 32?"
Well, I just can't. You know, I can't pay you that much for it, Dan. I've got some buyers for it. If you're interested in a sale, we probably could work something out, but I can't be talking 25 plus grand. There's no way.
Well, aside from just the appeal of the vehicle to you or me as
it
is,
yeah.
Look up the history of it. It's a conversation piece. There's no place you can't roll up in this car, and when somebody asks you about it, you tell them it came from the Providence series, and if they look it up, they'll see this car on the screen.
You know, to make a deal on it today, Dan, I got to buy it without it running, and you know, again, I'm more like 18,000 maybe.
Well, we could take the time to go and get a battery and drop it in it, but I'm telling you, everything works. The car starts up, drives down the road. It's a turnkey. It's ready to go.
Okay, can you give me a counter? I mean,
So you got to go under 25. Well, how's about 24.5?
How about 19?
No.
Okay.
My motivation for selling this is I don't get to get out and drive it.
I can see that.
It shames me to see it sitting here collecting dust.
Clearly, I mean,
it doesn't freeze in here. It doesn't get hit by hail or wind or dead leaves, and there's no moisture coming. This car is well kept, well stored, intact, 100% turnkey.
I got you. What does it take to buy it, Dan?
24.5 would be real nice. I mean, if I want to put it on Craigslist and just stand around pointing at it and talking about it, I could have already done that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're standing here because of your reputation here. And
Okay. Can you leave a little meat on the bone for me? Because I got a buyer for it, and I can make this happen for you tomorrow morning. You know, we'll bring the trailer, we'll pick it up. But I'm thinking 22.5.
Dan doesn't seem to want to let go of this 62 Continental without putting up a fight, and John is being quite generous with his offer of $22,500. They'll have to come to some sort of an agreement if John ever wants to secure this triple black 62 Continental. Coming up next on the American Car Prospector, John and Dan try to make a compromise on the price of the 62 Lincoln. And Dan has another collector car that the American Car Prospector may be interested in. Stay tuned.
Oh, cool. The way I got started in cars wasn't because of a family connection. My parents thought that cars were household appliances that you rode inside of. For some reason, I just started making car noises and I started car spotting. Car spotting is a term that's been around since the 1930s, and what that is when a car enthusiast sees a really rare or special car, they make a note of it. Some of them even run logs. Today I'm car spotting here with Andy Granatelli's R3 Avanti, which you see over my right shoulder. This is a very rare supercharged R3. For those of you who remember the hot rod scene back in the 60s, Andy Granatelli set numerous speed records at Bonneville Speedway, and he used Avantis for that. This car was actually traded to the Avanti Museum, the Studebaker Museum, for one of Andy's race cars. This is a very rare R3 supercharged Avanti. On the other side, on my left shoulder, you'll see that there's a 1940 Packard Rat Rod, which was built here locally. And these gentlemen were nice enough to bring these cars down so that we could participate in car spotting at our own level here today.
The American Car Prospector John Hames and Dan are in the middle of negotiations over this 1962 Lincoln Continental. John was stunned when Dan started the bidding at $30,000. John was able to twist Dan's arm and bring him down to $24,500. These two will have to come to some sort of compromise if John ever wants to get the deal done.
What does it take to buy it, Dan?
24.5 would be real nice.
Can you leave a little meat on the bone for me? Because I got a buyer for it, but I'm thinking 22.5.
Or if we're just plain done right here, and I don't have to put a battery in it, and I don't have to go, the left rear turn signal bulb needs replacement.
The key's in it. We'll pick it up and roll it out of here in the morning, and we'll make sure that we take care of you same day, and you're done at 22.5?
22.5.
Jake?
Deal.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Likewise.
Really a great car for the American Prospector today. These are the very famous car that the X100 was based on, the John Kennedy car. It's triple black. I think it's a good transaction for both sides, and I'm anxious to get this one out on the road and get it out of here and get it dusted off and make it look like it should look. I appreciate you, Dan. Let's put the hood down and put it back to bed. Well, when I first looked at the car, it didn't run, and that's never good when you're selling a car. So, you know, I offered about $18,000. I figured that was a little light, but he came back and we went back and forth, and I thought I was going to lose him there for a second because he really wasn't that motivated to sell it. But in the long run, we made a transaction happen, and I feel comfortable that the new owner is going to be well represented at the amount that he'll be getting the car from us at.
The American Car Prospector is ecstatic about the way things went with this 62 Lincoln Continental. Let's tally this deal up. Purchase price on this triple black 1962 Lincoln Continental, $22,500. John's prospector fee on this incredible find, $4,000. The maximum value of this vehicle has been seen at around $35,000, making this an exceptional investment for John's buyers at only $26,500.
I got one other car I need to get rid of and a bunch of gearheads.
Is it a collectible car?
Yes, definitely.
Really? Kind of like all merchandise must go? Is that where we are here?
No, I'm not driving these and they're not doing me any good.
Really?
And you just made a deal with me and it made me happy on this car. Why not try it again?
Well, I'm game. Is it close by here?
Yeah, just 3 blocks up the road.
Wow. Sure. I'd love to take a look at it. I can't wait to see what you got there, buddy.
Interesting stuff in the warehouse.
All right. Well, let's shut this one down. I'm going to take the paperwork file with me and let's go look at it.
Have some fun.
Terrific. So in the process, he liked doing business with me and he said, well, I got another car in another warehouse just a couple blocks away. Okay, Dan, so what do you got in here?
Oh, a ton of stuff. I want to show you this Econoline though that's just right inside the door, but throughout the warehouse there are things that would drive
You don't
a
see
gearhead
too
mad.
many of those Econolines,
No,
but you
no.
got some other goodies in here too, huh?
Plenty of them.
Wow, cool. I haven't seen one of these in forever.
Come around and get a look at the stance.
It's awesome. Now, this has been kind of hot rodded.
Lightly. I have to run off for an appointment myself right now. If I can introduce you to Martin, he can show you around the warehouse and some of the other interesting things that are in here. But this is what I brought you over to show you, is American Iron.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I actually found some French cars this year, and I was thinking about this, but maybe on another day when you're here.
Yeah, I'm the guy for the French stuff.
Okay.
But, Martin will.
Martin knows.
Martin? You got a minute?
Oh, hey, Martin, I'm John.
James, Martin Randolph.
Hey, glad to know you. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate your
A
time.
good time. And thank you for the car. I'll see you on in the morning to get her out of there.
Fantastic.
Martin, they're here to see various things of gearhead interest. You know where they are. Have some fun with it.
Cool.
The thing about these Econolines is that they originally came from the factory as a van, an enclosed van. Well, all they did was just chop the back of the van off and make it into a pickup. But if you look under the body, all that's under there is a ladder frame and the same 6-cylinder that came in the Ford Falcon and later in the Ford Mustang. It's 170 cubic inch. Now when they built it, they put a little bit of kind of a performance slant on it. They wanted to be able to use it and make it get a little more power and a little bit better gas mileage. So this vehicle has been breathed on by some hot rodders.
Coming up next on the American Car Prospector, John gets the scoop on this Econoline pickup and tries to work up a deal with Martin. Stay tuned. The American Car Prospector is having a great day in Denver, Colorado, and has already made a great purchase on a 1962 Lincoln Continental. Now, Dan has given John a lead on a 1961 Econoline pickup, and his business partner Martin is about to give John all the specifics on this vintage automobile.
Hey Martin, tell me what you know about this Econoline. This is really cool.
What I know about it is it was built in Southern California by motor builder and his friend Cole Foster. Motor builder being Dan Woods.
Dan Woods, I've heard of him.
Yeah, so he built it, I believe, as a present for his son.
Really?
So yeah, they put a lot of work into it.
So they did some body work.
A lot of body work. From what I know, the motor and trannies all stock.
So it still has the old 6-cylinder.
It does.
As a 3 on the tree then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But they did put the American mags on it.
They did.
I love those. Those are my very favorite of all the classic mag wheels. That's my very favorite. We found a Corvette once that had these that I really liked as well.
Yep.
Very cool.
Nice.
Now they shaved this rear door handle, didn't they?
Yep. They took the emblems off, shaved the rear door handle.
This is really
Frenched
cool.
in the license plate on there.
Frenched in the license plate, right? Left the stock taillights.
Yep.
So this is ready to drive.
It's a driver.
Okay. Dan told me that this one also doesn't have a battery, just like the Lincoln we looked at.
Right.
Okay, but it does run and drive?
It does run.
So it'll go up on the trailer?
Yeah, it's a daily driver.
Yeah? Cool. Well, let's take a look at the interior. Doesn't look like it's been driven in a while.
No, it's been sitting for a little bit, but beyond the battery being dead, it's a driver.
It's all there, huh? We could find somebody for that. Probably somebody in Europe or maybe someone overseas that just wanted something different. That just didn't want another Chevelle, you know, or another Camaro. What they wanted was something maybe with a little more character. Kind of a hot rod sort of a deal, you know?
A little bit of a big guy to be getting in there.
Well, I barely fit, that's for sure. It's got the key in it. It's got the old Ford dashes. You know, the dash gauges for a Ford are all the same from that era.
Yep.
You know, they all look the same.
I know they built one of these up with a V8 in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool. I mean, this is just the thing for hauling parts or maybe a motorcycle, an ATV.
It's a perfect parts chaser.
Yeah, and it doesn't, you know, take all the gas that a V8 does.
Right.
Right on. You gotta love it. You guys have a title for this?
We do.
Okay, that's a clear Colorado title?
Yes.
Okay. So the truck is for sale?
As far as I know, it is.
Right, okay. It's a very, very cool truck, and I promise you will never see another one like it. This particular car was built by Dan Cole, who's a very well-known hot rod builder down in California. When we got there and looked at it, it was the original body, the original engine, a low mileage, rust-free car that had been gone through mechanically, had an interior in it, and then they primered it and never painted it. So I was really interested in it. Those kinds of quirky, unusual utility vehicles are really hot right now. Well, I can see here that they went to a lot of trouble when they built this to maintain the stock original look. It's got the original dash with the Ford gauges like you'd probably expect. Right. But it does have some little custom pieces, like they chromed that door card right there. You know, it's been sprayed very carefully. This wasn't something they threw together. This is something they worked on to make sure that it was a good car.
They spent a lot of time on this one.
Yeah, and this was the same vehicle that came in a van, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, but I think these pickups like this are really rare.
Yep, not too many of them that I know of personally.
I can't think of when I've seen another one. I mean, it's been a long, long time since I've actually seen one.
The American Car Prospector doesn't look very comfortable jammed in the cab of this 61 Econoline pickup. I'm surprised his cowboy hat fits in there with him. Coming up next, we'll see if John can spark up a deal on this modified Econoline pickup. And John stumbles across an unusual find that will blow your mind.
Oh, gods of the hot rod, we call upon you. Grant us good luck. Allow us to find the muscle cars.
Stay tuned. The American Car Prospector is making things happen in Denver, Colorado. He's already rescued a beautiful 1962 Lincoln Continental from a garage where it was being stored. The seller of the Continental then led John to an Econoline pickup that was stashed in a warehouse. Now, Dan's business partner Martin is showing off the Econoline to John and hoping to get a sale.
So this vehicle might be for sale?
Possibly, yes.
You know, it's all dusty. It hasn't been driven in a long time. And, you know, that's what I hate to see is when a car is kind of held hostage in a garage somewhere, like it can't get out and do what it's supposed to do, you know?
Right.
So let's see if maybe we can make a deal for this.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Dan authorized you to sell it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much authorized to work a deal on just about anything. So.
Okay. Well, I feel like I might have met my match with you, buddy, but let's talk for a minute and see if we can work something out with this particular truck. This thing is just really cool. I need to make a deal on this car right now, today, for sure. Absolutely have to have it. I'm not leaving without it.
The first time I saw it in the flat black, I pretty much liked it that color.
You like it like this?
I did.
Huh?
I did.
Yeah.
It's a little gritty, but
well, maybe it could say
it look cool.
American Car Prospector right across the door there.
There you go.
I like that, and maybe we could do like an ACP emblem on the front.
Sure.
Since it's had all the Ford emblems, removed, maybe we could call it the American Car Prospector Mobile or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, that's cool. I love it. I love everything about it. Well, did you have an idea what you might want for it?
Not offhand. Where are you at?
That's a tough negotiation when I don't even know what you want, what you take for it.
I'd put it around 13.
13. In today's economy, I probably can't pay 13 for it. Martin, if I could start, I think I'd probably start closer to around probably 7,000 or 8,000.
About that. I couldn't go less than 10.5.
10.5. You got a clear Colorado title for it?
Yeah.
Would you take 10,000 bucks for it?
All right.
Okay, shake on it. 10,000?
Sure.
Fantastic. Love this vehicle. I definitely have a buyer for this. And let's put it back on the road and get it going to car shows and to the drive-in on Saturday night for a milkshake, and let's have some fun with it. What do you say?
Yeah.
Get that new buyer going, that new owner.
Somebody who will enjoy it.
Yeah, somebody who'll enjoy it. I mean, look at it. It's been sitting here, just gathering
A
dust.
little dusty.
Yeah, let's see if we can get somebody else on it. I love it. At 10,000, I love it. You'll never find another one. And you know what? This is another example. Look, regardless of what we paid for it, this is the best one in the world. It's been here in Colorado or in California where it's nice and dry. You could look a long time probably and never find one half this good.
No. Just the history of the people who built it is enough alone. So
Very cool. Love it. Love everything about it. Can't wait to get it on the road.
great.
And that's assuming that it will start, right?
It will start.
Yeah.
I guarantee it starts.
See, we got two of them now. We got the Lincoln and this one, but I got the feeling that it'll probably
One
start.
thing is, it's going to cost about $500 for a battery. Take my 500.
It's still 6 volt?
It is.
It's still 6 volt. Really? Yeah, that battery's a spendy deal.
I'm just trying to make my 500 up.
Right. There you go. I like the way you think, Martin. Nice.
My business partner, Dan, got a call today from American Car Prospector. And it just so happens we have a Lincoln for sale that he was interested in. So he took John over to see the car and ended up doing a good deal on it. Sounds like Dan got a little beat up on it, but it's still a good deal. They knew we had some more stuff here at our warehouse. Turns out we got a Econoline here that John was interested in, and we were able to work a deal on it as well. So I'm happy with the deal. Hope Dan is. It's ultimately his ride that I dealt on. So beyond that, here at the warehouse, I hope people come back. We got a lot of interesting, eclectic stuff here. Just as many eclectic people who come through here. And hopefully you guys come back and check out what else we got. Till then, have a good day. Bye, guys.
It looks like another successful purchase for the American Car Prospector, and Dan should be pleased he was able to get rid of both the Econoline and the '62 Lincoln. John should have no problem offloading this Econoline to his buyers. That is, once he finds a 6-volt battery to stick under the hood. Up next on the American Car Prospector, we'll tally up this find and see if John gets to keep his prospector fee for the day. And John plays with fire.
Oh, gods of the hot rod, we call upon you. Allow us to find the muscle cars.
Stay tuned. The American Car Prospector is in Denver, Colorado, and has just finished negotiations with Martin over this rare 1961 Econoline pickup. It looks as though both John and Martin are happy with the exchange. But let's see what happens when we tally it up. Purchase price on this 1961 Econoline pickup, $10,000. John's prospector fee for this find, $3,000. John will be offering this to his buyers at only $13,000. The maximum potential sits at $19,000. And due to the custom work that's been done on this Econoline, its value is well above the average, making this another great purchase for the American Car Prospector.
So we got two awesome cars in one day from the same seller. I love it when that happens. It just means that I'm more productive and that I can take more calls coming in from people who are looking for cars, and I can tell them that I've not only got what they want, and chances are very good that I will find what they want if I don't have it right now. It's a great day to be an American Car Prospector. Really a fun day.
Another day means another dollar for the American Car Prospector, and John is hitting the streets hard in Lakewood, Colorado, on the prowl and trying to make a find. So far, he's not come across anything that strikes his interest, but his luck is about to change.
Holy cow, that's some kind of a rat rod or something. That's different. What is that? That's crazy cool. What is that? You know, there's some days when it's like everything I do is just touched with good luck and good timing, and everybody's happy and it's all just going great. And those are the days when I can acquire some inventory for my buyers. But even on a day when I can't actually locate a vehicle that I have a buyer for, I still get to meet some awesome people. That looks like an insanely cool rat rod. Yeah, I think I'll just jump out and have a quick look. What in the heck is that? Look at that, connecting rods for rear bumper. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art rat rod, okay? And it wasn't about how much money he spent. It was about that 6 inches in between his ears, going to work to come up with something cool and something new. What a really great hot rod. Well, rat rod, I should say.
A rat rod is a style of hot rod or custom car that in most cases imitates or exaggerates the early hot rods of the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. The style is not to be confused with the somewhat closely related traditional hot rod, which is an accurate recreation or period-correct restoration of a hot rod from the same era. Most rat rods appear to be unfinished, regardless of their status, as only the vehicle's bare essentials are actually driven.
Oh, it's got a propane tank, so it'll flamethrow out of the exhaust. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, it's totally sick. It's got brass knuckles for a shifter. Are you kidding me? Who is this guy? Who built this thing? Well, I mean, look at this thing. It's got connecting rods for rear bumpers. It's got a set of brass knuckles for a shift lever. I mean, what is that? That's no, oh, it's a Mercedes. It's a Mercedes diesel. A Mercedes diesel rat rod? What? I mean, stop. This is really the future of hot rodding. I'll bet he only has a few $1,000s in it. And as far as time spent and dollar invested, this is probably the most fun car that I've looked at for a long time. What you've really got to love is that he put a propane tank on it with a burner that comes out the exhaust so that when you hit the switch, the flames go 6-8 feet right out of the top of the vehicle. What a really great rat rod. Yeah, here's where the propane comes in to the exhaust. I'll bet that thing will throw some flames out of there. For all you people down in Los Angeles that you think you have the greatest car scene in the world, well, you know what we have to say about that here in Colorado? Bring it. You just bring it. I'm gonna be back and I'm gonna figure out who this guy was, who built this. He and I are gonna meet. Soon we're gonna meet. Very soon. All right, well, back to business.
John is overwhelmed with excitement after finding this incredible, one-of-a-kind rat rod just sitting in a driveway in Lakewood. It's obvious that whoever built this beast knows exactly what he's doing, and the American Car Prospector would like to have a word with him. The American Car Prospector will be right back.
Yeah, hello, gorgeous.
The American Car Prospector John Hames is in Lakewood, Colorado, and has just made an incredible discovery. John stumbled onto this rat rod from hell while on the prowl, but unfortunately no one was home to claim this masterpiece. John is on the phone now talking with one of his guys at the man cave, trying to figure out who owns this rat rod. Even though Denver is large, the auto community is small, and John didn't even get 10 miles away when he found out this rat rod belongs to a guy named Kyle, who apparently is one of the top fabricators in Denver and should be off work anytime. Now, John is heading back to try to meet the genius behind the rat rod.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man that built this rat rod. My suggestion is that if you know him, respect him and love him. He built this rat rod. I love this rat rod, and I love this guy. This is the best metal fabricator and builder that you're gonna find. Did you measure anything when you built this?
No.
Not one thing did you measure?
No.
You laid it out on the garage floor, and you just started putting it together.
Yep.
You crazy man.
Oh, yeah.
You're a crazy man.
Of course.
You are a crazy
And
man.
I do 80 down the highway in it.
And it goes 80 miles an hour down the highway.
Oh yeah, straight too.
Nice, brother. Nice, man. Well, this guy laid this rat rod out on the floor of his garage without measuring anything. And he built what I think is a state-of-the-art rat rod. He's only got less than $2,000 into the whole car. He salvaged a diesel out of a Mercedes automobile, used that for the power plant, fabricated his own turbocharger setup for it, and he built the thing completely out of salvage parts. So this is the future of hot rodding. You got a guy at his home garage building a vehicle for very little. Oh, gods of the hot rod, we call upon you. Bring us good luck. Allow us to find the muscle cars. This is really why I do what I do, is because of the people and what we do that isn't another catalog car built in 3 days, or isn't another hostage that doesn't get driven and it's sitting gathering dust in some guy's garage. That's not the way we do it in Colorado. We build them and we drive them. I'm throwing it down. If you're from Southern California and you think you build cool rat rods, well then just bring it. Because we build the best rat rods in Colorado right here in Kyle's shop.
It was an absolute privilege for the American Car Prospector to have the opportunity to meet and greet the fabricator of this completely original rat rod from hell. I'm not sure if I'd feel very safe traveling in this rolling bomb, but it sure is a unique masterpiece created by the hands of one of Denver's top fabricators. Coming up next, Kyle has a rare 3/4 ton pickup in his garage that he's going to take out for a spin. Unlike the rat rod, this vintage diesel does not have a flaming propane tank attached to it. Stay tuned. Things are going well for the American Car Prospector in Denver, Colorado. Earlier, John made a great deal with Dan on a stunning 1962 Lincoln Continental. Dan also was in possession of a 1961 Ford Econoline pickup. Dan passed the reins over to his business partner Martin to try to work out a deal with John. They were able to come up with an agreement, and John made the purchase of this vintage pickup for only $10 grand. Now, John is in Lakewood, Colorado, and as usual, the American Car Prospector is in the company of some very impressive machinery. John stumbled onto an aggressive, unusual rat rod which was completely self-fabricated by his new friend Kyle. After watching this completely custom car shoot flames into the sky for a few minutes, Kyle informed John that he has something else tucked away in his garage.
Well, one of the cars that Kyle has, he got from his family. It's actually a '49 Chevy pickup that his family bought new, and they had it on their farm out in North Denver for many years. And it really is a sweet example of an early '50s American pickup truck. And you know, we do have a lot of fun on location with the American Car Prospector, and my primary cameraman Tom got to ride with Kyle in that '49, and he told me later that he just thought it was really great, and I was happy he did too. I myself would like to take a ride in that truck at some point.
This is my 1949 Chevy 3/4 ton truck. It's been in my family since brand new. They bought it for their farm. I inherited it about 2 years ago and just been kind of having fun with it. And, it's got a 4-speed manual in it, which is a little rare because of the 3/4 ton. Straight 6. Just a good old running farm truck. Up until about 7 years ago, it was still being used as a farm truck on our family farm. Just hauled a bunch of produce in the back of it and used it for anything and everything they could on the farm. It's got a 9-foot bed on it. It's not a flat bed, which is pretty rare. Most of them that were the 9-foot beds had flat beds on them, but my family special ordered this one with the regular looking pickup bed on it, so they thought it would be a little bit more practical for what they do. But it's got manual steering, manual brakes. It's all original. Still has the oil bath air cleaner in it, and just a lot to drive. Neat old truck, fun, all original, like I said. You know, family kept it in pretty good shape. Original paint, everything. Actually hasn't spent a night outside in the weather ever in its life. So that's kind of a neat thing too. My family really tried to take care of it, but you probably hear a little of that grind in there. Square cut gears, no synchros. Back in the good old days before they made them smooth and nice to drive. Yeah, that's about it. It's pretty much basic, stripped down, no radio, nothing fancy.
That '49 Chevy is a really cool piece, and I want to thank Kyle for making it available for our camera crew that day. I know Tom had a good time riding with him as well.
The American Car Prospector has had a great haul this time out. He managed to land a sexy '62 Lincoln Continental from Dan, who turned out to be one of John's good friends. Dan led him to a gritty '61 Ford Econoline pickup, and then John had the opportunity of hanging with Kyle, who's been noted as one of Denver's best fabricators. John got 2 yeses and 1 no way from Kyle.